Let's do this real quick, y'all. This is Real Housewives of Orange County. We're just going to go through this real quick. It was the first episode. It came on the other night. I like the beginning. I like the orange and the blue. I like them in the blue holding the oranges with the orange black background. Girl, I don't know what happened. Shannon bought a new house. She has a really nice house. She has a new boyfriend named John. He has 3 kids. She has 3 kids. It's like the Brady Bunch. They look like they're having a good time. Shannon seems very happy. I fucking love Shannon and Braunwyn's house. Hello. I love Shannon's house. I love everything about Shannon's house. When they were showing, I was like, that's my fucking house right there. I loved everything about it. I loved it. I just loved it. And now her daughters have an older brother because this man she's dating has an older son, like 22 years old. Her daughter's like 18 and 15, I think, and 16, I believe. And then he has another daughter, 25, a son, 22, and I think another 18 or 19-year-old. So their children are all like real close. She was like, I'm 55 years old. If I had to do this all over again, I would do it. If I would be here right now and do everything all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. And she seems very happy. We love to see it. Kelly, she had the boyfriend from last season. We know who he is. His name is Rick. Shannon's boyfriend's name is John. Her daughter likes him, so that's very important. Jolie is her name Jolie? I think her name is Jolie. I don't know why I wrote Sophie, but her name is Jolie. She's 13 years old. You can see her growing into herself. She's having little issues, her little puberty issues. It was funny because she was talking about, like, some days I'm happy and then like a few seconds later I'll be like, ah! So I thought that was cute. A lot of people don't like Kelly. Kelly and Shannon are the ones. Shannon, I like Shannon, but she gets on my nerves. You understand what I'm saying? She's not like, it's nothing about her character that really, or personality that really drives me crazy, except for she just harps on things for too long. Kelly, a lot of people don't like Kelly. Kelly is a Gen X girl. She is around 40. I want to say Kelly's about 40, between 44 and 46, I want to say. And I like Kelly. I know a lot of people don't like her, but they went to this psychic. It was really like weird. Asking love questions, and her daughter was like, people get with their psychics, they ask a bunch of questions about love and money, love money, love and 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 money. Like my grandmother said, a bitch will act crazy over a dick and a dollar. Love and money. Gina also has a new boyfriend. His name is Travis. Her hair in the beginning is ugly, but I do like her hair in her interview. That short haircut she has is very cute. She says her life has been a soap opera. She also has a new place. It's very small. She's, I guess, mad at Braunwyn from last year. Kelly, they started talking about Kelly and Shannon's relationship and how Shannon is upset with Kelly for calling Jim Bellino. She was really calling Jim Bellino on, Tamra, and you were just like a casualty of war, basically, because you were in the same lawsuit. So it kind of affected you as well, but it wasn't directed towards you, and that's what Kelly said. And then Gina was saying to, who was it? Braunwyn, that maybe Kelly and Shannon are in a better place. Something she said. Kelly and Braunwyn, it was funny because they were asking Braunwyn something about some bills, and she was like, girl, I don't know. Braunwyn has like almost 10 kids. She got like 7 kids. She doesn't pay no bills. Her husband, she's a mom, and we okay, let's go. Okay, so they start talking about the new girl, Elizabeth, who is rich. She takes no shit. She just seems like a typical white girl who is more aggressive and outward spoken than other white women. There's nothing about Elizabeth that makes it seem like she don't take no shit. It seems to me that she's just a regular white woman who is more aggressive, outwardly aggressive than other white women. She reminds me of an Amy Schumer. You know those white girls, they want to be so rebellious and against, so they're loud and obnoxious, a little louder than the rest of their peers. But they're no different. Like the girls behind you will call the cops and do all of that shit and do all the extra shit and be the Karens. You just a louder Karen, right? To me, she seems like she's fun. She married a billionaire. She says she was broke and poor, and she came from the Ozarks. Did she say in Wisconsin or something like that? Her brother looks exactly like her. She seems like she's gonna be fun. She got a lot of money, honey. A lot of money. I love their have you noticed their interview qualities? The interview quality is really, really good. Really, really good. I don't know what kind of cameras they got set up for their interviews, but you know, Orange County they started filming right at the beginning of this year, right at the beginning of the pandemic. Kelly, Elizabeth, and Braunwyn go to Braunwyn's house or Kelly's house. And then Elizabeth shares with us that she's still legally married, but her new boyfriend, they haven't had sex yet because she's still legally married. She's waiting for her divorce to be final. And she says her boyfriend is really weird about that. He doesn't want to have sex with her or anything like that until her divorce is final. Now, her husband, who she's getting a divorce from, is a billionaire. He owns some type of company, but she also owns a electronic media music streaming company. And she says that her husband went out and had a child with someone else. So that's the reason why their marriage is over, right? She was like, I got my own money. And she says she became a bobblehead wife for him. We get to her in a second. Emily and Shane, I literally wrote right here, I forgot about her. I literally forgot about Emily. Like, they were celebrating their 11th wedding anniversary. They said they hit rock bottom last season. Emily says to Shane that he's been amazing. She leans in for a kiss. He's looking at her like, bitch, I didn't say we was that cool. And then they start talking about Braunwyn and her drinking so much. So this is going to be a theme. We see at the end of the episode, Braunwyn announces that she is an alcoholic, and she lets everybody know. And Emily makes a great point and says, like, I really can't have a deep relationship with Braunwyn because she's always drunk. And how deep can you get with someone who is always intoxicated? You have to have a superficial relationship with that person. Gina and Kelly are working out. And Kelly was like, yeah, Kelly, I don't know what this thing is that she has where she's just really preoccupied with sex. I guess she's having a lot of sex with her new mate, her new partner. But she was like, I could do the downward dog in the bedroom. I could really do that. Like, I really can get down. I could really do that in the bedroom. Okay, Kelly, we get it, girl. We get it. And they also start talking about Braunwyn's drinking, and Braunwyn is all over the place. So we see this as a theme going on. Braunwyn and Shannon are at Braunwyn's house. Braunwyn's house is magnificent, 8,000 square feet. It's 3 stories. They can walk to each other's house. Braunwyn, Kelly, and Shannon all live in the same neighborhood now. They could really literally walk to each other's house, which I love it. Like Portia and Nene, they can walk to each other's house, but Nene's not on Real Housewives anymore. So Elizabeth, she was talking about her service dog. She wants to create a shelter for dogs, like a sanctuary, a dog sanctuary. She said that her dog has really helped her through her depression over the last 3 years when she was getting a divorce. She owns a video music streaming service, a tech company. Her ex-husband is Burnt Bodell, who's a millionaire. I tried to look him up, but it wasn't interesting to me. So whatever, he's a billionaire. He has a lot of money. She said she came from nothing, so she never had anyone take care of her. When he came along, he took care of her, and she lost herself, as so many women share this story of losing themselves in a man. It's easy to lose yourself in a man when he has a lot of money, but sometimes these bitches be losing themselves in men, and they are broke, honey. We all have done it, honey. People lose themselves over the craziest shit. So she said she became the arm candy bobblehead billionaire wife, and she no longer wanted to have that identity. She wanted to be on her own and have her own and be the entrepreneur she knows she is. Her brother looks just like her. She seems like she's really fun and down to earth. I don't know how old she is. Kelly and Braunwyn, it's funny, they came in wearing the same print. I don't know if it was, I think it was Gucci. I'm not sure. It might have been Louis Vuitton. I don't know. Kelly says, bitch, Braunwyn has 7 kids. I can see why she drinks. I said the same thing. I was like, I can see why that lady is always intoxicated. She has 7 kids, honey. I can see it, honey. She probably on a little prescription drugs too. They need to check for that. Shannon walks over to Braunwyn's house. Her and Kelly have been beefing because when they go low, Kelly takes it to the floor. She gets really, when Kelly goes for the jugular, right? And last season, they messed with Kelly the whole season. So Kelly was like, okay, I got something for y'all. She called Jim Bellino on Tamra. Now, Tamra and Shannon were in a lawsuit with Jim Bellino because they were on a podcast and lied and was gossiping. And so he was suing them for defamation, I think, and libel too. And so Shannon was involved in that lawsuit. So when Kelly called Jim on Tamra, Shannon felt the brunt of that as well. I would have been pissed too if I was Shannon. Shannon had a right to be pissed. Like, girl, how the fuck you my friend and you calling the enemy on me, girl? I'm in a lawsuit with this motherfucker and you calling him? Girl, what? And so Kelly explains, girl, it wasn't really about you. It's really more about me getting back at Tamra, which that's what she was really trying to do because Tamra was an asshole to her last season. And and they showed clips and stuff like that. Tamra's no longer there as well. So Shannon and Kelly take a shot to wipe the slate clean. Here, girl, we starting a new season. Let's just start off with a new slate. So they take a shot. Kelly gives Shannon a gift, which was an Uno game. It was a play on a joke that Shannon, Tamra, and Vicky called themselves the Three Amigas. And so now Shannon is all by herself, Uno. So I thought that was adorable. That's what I'm talking about. When you buy gifts for people and put some thought behind them, whether it's a joke or a gag gift, she did put some thought behind it, and I thought that was cute. So they wiped the slate clean. We see how it's going to happen. Let's see. They both apologized. Now, the way that they apologized to each other was a fake apology because they both said, if you feel I was blah, 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 if you think I was blah, blah, blah. Both of their apologies were exactly like that. If you feel that I thought, I apologize. If you think that I did, but I didn't, I apologize. That's how they apologize to each other. So Gina and Travis is cute. She describes him as the epitome of a real man. He's compassionate. He is nerdy and sexy. And so she goes to see her divorce attorney. She's saying that it's been easier to co-parent with Matt. They have a respect for each other. It's been easier, and her boyfriend now has really been helping her and Matt kind of get along or whatever. Like, he's been like a buffer in there for them. So they're all getting along. He likes the boyfriend. The new boyfriend is cute. So we'll see how that works out. Emily and Braunwyn, they're sitting with each other. Emily comes over to Braunwyn's house. She asks, it seems a little awkward because Braunwyn is asking Emily about her hip. Remember last season, her hip was hurting. I guess she had surgery. Emily told Braunwyn about herself last season. She told her, girl, I feel like you're drinking. You're trying to mask something. What's the tea? What's going on? So Braunwyn shares with us, she's been drinking since she was 14 years old. Her grandfather gave her a warm beer and she's been drinking ever since. Braunwyn apologizes to Emily and she says, I'm sorry. Emily was like, sorry for what? Like, girl, what did you do? She was like, I'm sorry because I tried to push you away. You were really trying to be a friend. You were really she was really being honest with her and to tell her about herself. Like, girl, you need to stop all this drinking. You're getting out of control. And I feel like you're trying to hide something and it's getting out of control. And she says, I came up with reasons to be mad at you. And let me tell you, when Braunwyn and Emily were sitting there having their conversation, I thought about Monique and Candace. Like, Braunwyn tells Emily, I was making up shit to be mad at you about. But it was something that I had to deal with on my own. You were trying to tell me the truth about it. And I felt in that moment, I was like, Monique and Candace really could have sat down and had a conversation about how Monique feels about what Candace did or said or whatever actions that made her feel away, and all of this stuff could have been alleviated. Like there wouldn't have been no fight if they actually sat down and said, girl, I was mad at you for this is what happened, and really had an adult conversation. So when I saw Emily and Braunwyn doing that, it made me think of Monique and Candace. She said, I came up with reasons to be mad at you. I was drinking so much. I pushed you away. I was masking a lot. So Braunwyn has an issue that stems from her childhood, as most of us do. It stems from her childhood and the way that she was parented. She deals with a lot of abandonment issues, and she doesn't like to be vulnerable around people and show her true self because of the abandonment. She doesn't want anybody to leave, so she wants to be the fun girl, right? And it has a lot to do with her mother. It has a lot to do with just how she was raised. And so she doesn't want to be vulnerable around people, so she drinks. And she drinks so that she can be the party girl. She doesn't have to be vulnerable with you. She can keep it surface. Just like Emily said in the scene with her husband. It's hard to have a sincere, deep relationship with somebody when they're always drunk. And that is the goal. In Braunwyn's case, she doesn't want you to get too close to her. So let me be drunk and you can deal with this drunk person and I don't have to be vulnerable with you. So at the end, I wrote right here alcoholic, but at the end of the scene, Braunwyn says to the camera, hi, I'm Braunwyn and I'm an alcoholic. So great. We're glad that's the first step, Braunwyn. We out here. I like Braunwyn. She seems like one of those, and her mother too. They seem like those liberal California racists. You know what I'm saying? Like liberal racists. You know what I'm saying? You might be very, very, like an ally here, an ally this, and an ally that, but you got some things that you were taught that you still kind of hold on to. That's what Braunwyn kind of gives me. A lot of them housewives give me that. Not Shannon so much. She probably is not Shannon so much. Kelly gives me that. Kelly gives me like, you got a little bit of things about you. Kelly just got in trouble recently for wearing a hat that said drunk wives matter. I thought it was cute. A lot of people were insensitive. They felt like it was insensitive. It's a play on words. There's people making the Make America Great Again hats, like they're making hats playing on those words, right? So I didn't think it was a big deal, but a lot of people are not happy about that. Anyways, it looks like it's going to be a very interesting season. We got Kelly with a boyfriend, Shannon with a new boyfriend in a new house, Gina with a new boyfriend in a new house, Elizabeth is a new girl. We're gonna see all her stuff, what's going on with her. What I say, Gina has a new boyfriend, new house, Braunwyn, new boyfriend, new house, and not new boyfriend. She's married to the same guy. She don't got a new boyfriend. She just got a new house. Braunwyn's house is laid, honey. Baby, Braunwyn's house is, what she say, 4 stories or 3 stories? No, it was Candace Dillard who said her home was 4 stories, bitch. She was like, yes, and I got my home before all of this housewife stuff. Anyways, I watched an interview with Ken. Anyways, y'all, let me go. I'm out of here. Take care of each other. Peace.